When I was 15, I was living in Kampala and my mother died. I needed support and went to find a family member at a camp for displaced people. A man approached me. It was obvious I was new to the camp and I wasn't sure where to go. The man was white, a European. He was dressed like an aid worker and carrying a Bible. I told him my story and he said there were people in his country who would help me go to school. I was naive. I believed him. I had even prayed to God to help me and thought this man was my savior. I needed to trust someone. He even told me not to tell anyone because he only had a place for one person, and if others knew about this opportunity, they would want to come too. He got me a passport and we went by car to Kenya and then flew to Luxembourg. I was very excited. At the airport, he handed me over to 2 men and 2 women, and I never saw him again. We then went by car to Amsterdam. I realized I'd been deceived when the pimp who the trafficker sold me to said that I'm his property and I owe him a lot of money. I was exploited for around a year. I became very sick, and since the trafficker did not take me to the hospital, they simply dumped me on the roadside in the winter with no jacket. I was found and placed in a safe house for minors. The support was short-lived. Just like in most countries, the duration of the assistance offered is linked to the ongoing trafficking investigation. When it stopped, the support stopped too. The sudden removal of rights, support, and legal discrimination exposed me to re-victimization and gender-based violence. The trafficker was never convicted. I was rushed into the process of victim identification and didn't get enough time to reflect. I was in shock. I blamed myself and I didn't identify myself as a victim because I didn't understand what human trafficking was.
This is Malika Oringo from Uganda. She had no rights to medical care after she was released, nor did she have an accommodation and schooling for over 10 years. This left her on the verge of being re-trafficked. She faced stigma and loneliness. When she was 18, she had to leave the accommodation for minors and was helped by the church. She started speaking out about her experience, and at one event when she was 19, she said that all she wanted was to go to school. She was then approached by the dean of a private university who offered her a scholarship. She was supported further by some of other teachers and the church. Today she has a bachelor's and a master's degree, and she's the founder and CEO of Footprint to Freedom, a survivor-led organization based in the Netherlands. For the past 17 years, she has been active in the fight against human trafficking and works to strengthen the inclusion and engagement of survivors in decision-making processes from community to international levels.